as a Java developer in Fiber Home India Private Limited. Uh, Here I am working on the project that is based on OTNP, Optical Transport Network.
Okay.
Rather, it is a main desktop application, and we use Java 1.7 version here, and totally core Java based. It is a core Java based product, and uh,
Okay.
before all of these, I have also worked as a assistant professor in engineering college. It is Rajpal Bahadur Management Institute. Here I have worked for 4 years, from 2010 to 2014.
Okay. So, have you ever
Yeah. Yes.
worked on microservices, Spring Boot, or Java 8 version?
Yeah. 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 Yes, ma'am. Actually, the main project of this company is the OTLP, and the another I have provided for another development, that is the knowledge base of fiber home. We are working on it, and there we use microservices and Spring Framework.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah, so I will just start with the core Java first, and then we will go
Okay.
on to Spring and microservices, right?
It's okay, ma'am.
So yeah, okay. So can you just tell me, suppose there is a hash map, hash
Yes,
map,
ma'am.
right? So whenever I do, what is basically the internal functioning of hash map? Like, okay, let me just do it this way, otherwise it will be time taking and we are short of time. So suppose I whenever I do a put in hash map, it basically calculates the hash code and equals, right?
Okay, ma'am.
So, suppose I have a custom object employee, for example, as my key into the hash map. So, what all changes we will have to do
Okay.
basically for that?
Basically, hash map stores the value from the key and value pair, and
Okay.
no. Sorry, I didn't get the.
Can you,
Uh,
okay, can you just tell me the internal functioning of hash map?
yeah, hash map works on key and value pair, and the store uh, the objects according to the keys, and we can set any two data numbers in that as a key value pair.
Okay. And
Yeah.
do you have any idea how internally it works? Like whenever you put some data into the hash map, how the bucket is calculated and things like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay, no problem. Fine. So, can you tell me how to, first of all, is the hash map synchronized or not? I mean, is it thread safe?
Yeah, it is thread safe.
Okay, and no, actually, that is not thread safe. You should first check it. And do you have any
Okay.
idea about concurrent hash map?
Great hash. When accessing, see, sorry,
Okay, okay, no problem. Fine. So, okay. So let me tell you. Let me ask about OOPS concepts. So,
okay.
suppose. Okay. So, in case of polymorphism,
Yes,
no.
ma'am.
So, sorry. In case of inheritance, what
Yes.
basically is done, and can you actually inherit private methods as well?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Can you override private methods?
No.
No. Okay. Can you override member variables of a particular parent class?
Yeah, ma'am, but it should have a public methods or constructor to override.
Public methods and constructor to override. Okay. So, okay. Have you heard about singleton?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So, can you just share your screen with me? Yeah. So, can you just open Notepad or whatever ID if you have?
Outside.
So, I would just like to ask you, what is a singleton basically?
Actually, singleton class can only instantiate one time. We can make its object only one time.
Okay.
All the time it passes the object of the existing object.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, suppose I have a how to create a singleton class? Can you just write the code for that? Or just first tell me how to create a singleton class. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so can you tell me how to create a singleton class?
Basically, it creates like a normal class, and inside we check the instantiation is done at least once, then it returns the same object to the calling method or the class.
Can you turn on your video? Uh, no, it's I think you have to go to the meeting first.
Yes. Return.
Just do a stop sharing. Okay, yeah, it is visible. Yeah, so, can you tell me how to make a class singleton? Like you told me about get instance. Other things that we have to do?
So uh, I know the only concept of get instance.
Like, for example, if you have just provided the get instance, then
Yes.
how come, if suppose I have the constructor, right? I can always
Yes, ma'am.
initialize it using the constructor. Any constraints over there?
Yeah. Shallow copy concept and sorry.
Okay, you mentioned shallow copy. What is a shallow copy basically?
Actually, shallow copy is when an object of the class is instantiated and it is passed to a constructor. Inside the constructor, if no new object is created and the existing object is used, that is the shallow copy of that.
How can we do a shallow copy?
Uh, Actually, the basic instantiation is known as the shallow copy, and if we create uh, if we create new object and we have also the existing object
No,
when the
actually, I
other
am
object.
just asking how to do the shallow copy. I mean, for that, what code has to be written basically?
Simple, ma'am. Class name and the object new with the help of new variable or new keyword.
Okay, and what is deep copy in that case?
Deep copy is creation of object inside the constructor also.
Have you heard about clonable interface?
Clonable interface. Yeah, this is the I know only the this is a marker interface and clonable and yeah, it is used in HashMap also.
What is the use of clone method basically?
Clone
Have
method
you
is
ever
used
used it?
for cloning the existing object.
What does it do? Shallow cloning or deep cloning?
Uh, it creates the shallow cloning.
Okay, and when it into which class that clone method is there?
Uh,
Class, interface, whatever it is.
inside the map interface.
No.
Uh, so in object class.
Okay. So why clone method is basically into object class? Can you justify that?
Actually, object class is the super class for all that, so we can mention it inside the
But
clone.
but why object? Why not somewhere else?
Sorry.
So basically, we actually clone is basically to deal with objects, right? So that is
Yes,
why
ma'am.
that is there in object class.
Okay. Yeah. Object class.
Yeah. So, okay, have you heard about serialization and deserialization? Never mind. So let's. Am I audible actually?
Yes, ma'am. You are right.
Okay, sure. So let's move on to Spring basically. So can you tell me what is dependency injection?
Dependency injection. Actually, when we create a class and another class is depending on that, the object of then and the output of another class is depend on that. So it is like a dependency injection, dependency. So we have to resolve all the dependency using dependency injections. Like if we create a springboot project and we have to use a springboot project based on some web. So we have to mention the web dependency is there, so that all the configuration done automatically inside the project.
Okay. So suppose for example I have how to actually do dependency injection into your code. Can you just tell me what annotations we have to use over there?
Yeah, dependency injection. We have passed the object of the class is
Okay, how to create an object of a class In
By
Spring,
using
I'm specifically talking about Spring. I'm not talking about using new keyword for that.
okay, by using new keyword, we can syntax if there is a class ABC,
No,
then
I'm
the
not talking about using the new keyword. Can you tell me how whatever you are injecting basically into the class, how you are
yes,
creating the instance of that in Spring Boot? If you talk about specifically, then Spring Boot, or even you can tell about Spring MVC. I don't have problem with both of them.
uh, actually object instantiation is like allowing the memory for that class for data members or member function. Sorry, data members, and whenever we create Spring Boot project, then the object instantiation.
So have you heard about @autowired?
Yeah, at the autowired, it is a notation that automatically configures the dependencies in the project.
Okay, and what is the functioning of Spring container basically? Can you tell me? Okay, no problem. Can you tell me what is the, have you heard about component and this REST controller and service? So what are the differences between three of these?
At the REST controller is used for what?
Hmm?
There are difference between two controller and
Okay.
REST controller. This is the new version of accurate controller. When we use accurate controller, we have to use the accurate request method there. Request method there. And when we use REST controller, we cannot use request method. And component is basically when we done component based programming, then we have to mention that this component is basically related to that, and this is related to another. And what is the third?
How does
Accurate
the beans actually get created in Spring Boot?
get.
How does the beans get created and in what time they get created? I think you have mentioned in your CV Spring Boot, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So how
Actually,
Spring Boot actually,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, actually, ma'am, I have just started Spring Boot since 1 year, and we have only the project, and we are just learning it through it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And
So
what
I
about
hope.
microservices?
Yeah, microservices is a small, lightweight applications, and
So you have
when we
some
use.
kind of service discovery over there.
Yes, ma'am. Edureka services and edureka services.
How does it work? I mean, as soon as some request lands on, where does it
Yes,
go? How
ma'am.
does it resolve, and how does it actually reach your application? Can you tell me the entire thing?
Yeah, when a client discover, actually the annotation like enable Eureka services and discover Eureka services inside the client. When a client requests any services or based on specific services, then it discover the Eureka client accessing the Eureka server so that it responds.
What is the functioning of Eureka basically?
It's just providing the local. Sorry.
Okay, okay, no problem. Sunil, I think I'm done with my questions.
Okay.
Maybe the HR will get back to you for the feedback. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me?
Uh, Ma'am, actually, I am just starting my career in springboot handling. So, can you tell me the right path? Actually, I have all the things and things are jumbled, and I am unable to answer in that scenario
Oh,
because I am from web background and just starting my career in development since 2 years. So I have to manage Java and also the microservices and Spring Boot also. So I have a plan to resolve these question answers and study materials. So can you give me a certain path where I go to brush up my skills and so that समझ रहे होंगे.
yeah, so for that, I think what you can do is first forget about whatever project you are having. Just
Yes,
go
sir.
through. I would recommend there is in 28 minutes microservices and Spring lectures. Along with that,
Okay,
I
ma'am.
think this there is one on YouTube. I think it is by Java Brains Spring Framework. First of all, go through the
Sorry, ma'am.
Java
I
by Java Brains. On YouTube, there
okay,
is one by Java Brains for Spring Framework. You can go through those lectures. They are actually very good, and you will get to understand the basic of it. And then first try creating a small Spring Boot application by yourself. Okay,
it's okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
create an application, understand how it works, create some REST controllers just for your dummy purpose, and then see how things are working. Once you have the basic clear, then you will be able to actually work into your project, basically, honestly speaking. So you need to
It's okay,
first
ma'am.
actually clarify the basics. So I think these two series of lectures are pretty good. I have also studied from there only. I have been working into it since the past 2 years. So first go through the basics, give yourself some time around 10 to 15 days and just go through them in a very way. Just understand the entire concept basically, and then try creating a small application of your own which
Okay,
actually
ma'am.
does entire thing, and then you will be able to visualize and explain, I think, in a better way.
It's okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye bye. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Bye.